People, welcome to the Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Today I'm going to talk about a video I see. I pass on board the place. Police officer talking about the fact say him call out him owner, squad of them, and then basically banish him. I think the fancy word for it is ostracized. One time them take somebody away normally amongst a group of people and then tuck them in a little corner far from everybody else and basically start treat them like the plague. Ostracize you. Never thought about it because even though it's not good PR for the JCF, I'm glad this come out. Over the years, when you hear me telling this, one time certain stories come out about the government or the police force and JDF and things. But then say, yeah, it might not look good from a PR point of view, but that's a good thing. Because we know these things are going on. So we don't want to keep living in the dark. We don't want to keep living a lie. Let it all out. Let him step forward. Of course, him co-worker, them are going to say this and that, and you know, hear the next side of the story. Alright, come talk the next side of the story then. But for now, we can only work with what we hear him say. You come talk your side then. But that's something we know happen. And it's not just a JCF thing. Enough Ironmanians can relate. Something I go on in the workplace. Them tell you say, when you see anything spooky I go on, call it out. Them tell you say, do the right thing. But as I've said many times before, an Iron Man doing the right thing can feel like the wrong thing because suddenly you start to feel alone. Let me hear the policeman say, check this out.
Works at the Kingston Central Police Station says he is left with no choice but to tell his story about what he describes as victimization in the workplace. He believes he has been targeted because he spoke out about a fellow police constable who was working contrary to the law. He alleges that the constable was seizing motor vehicles without good reason.
His favorite offense is that the plates are obscured. And I'm saying if I can see it clearly, it cannot be that it's obscured. So you need to find another offense, but that one is not made out.
Constable Campbell says the policeman threatened to hurt him in the presence of an inspector.
His exact words were, "Me I go bust you up and go up a CIB, go sit down. This man is carrying a firearm. I am not."
He's a constable, you say, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He advanced towards me and had to be held by another police officer so that I wouldn't have been harmed. This is what I reported.
He says for the past 6 years, he has been facing victimization in the JCF because of another incident, but says it has escalated since he spoke out about the policeman's inappropriate action against a motorist.
I did nothing wrong. It was seen as an opportunity to create some animosity. I did what the law requires of me when treating with a threat, and then I went to court. It ended in my favor. And I was the one who is transferred to sit in a practical pigsty to work since the earlier part of this year.
Now, Constable Campbell says he was posted to work at a gate outside the main building under unsanitary conditions.
I was pulled into a meeting and told I must work at this section, which is unhealthy as you can see. There's no electricity, there's sewage water running in front of it. It leaks when it rains. There's no furniture in here. The gate doesn't work. And I'm told I must do this duty of handling the public to include checking for firearms and stuff like that.
So, him squadded them, I chop the line. Cause that them I do. I chop the line. Them tell you say, do the right thing. Them tell you say, if you see this then call it out and report it to somebody up the chain of command. That's what they tell you. But people who are familiar with JCF and JDF can tell you, enough time that often means career come to a standstill. And it keeps going on because the people them would happen to just say one of them thing there, complain, hold on them head, and the people them who do it don't get called out. I love the fact that this policeman take it public. Because now it's a thing. You see, when it just happen in the barracks, when it just happen in the station, then not only people in the station hear about it and know about it. Just some little whisper. Yo, you know, you say, constable so and so. Get the man of that me here, man. People them who are do the line chopping, the people them who are victimize, the squad of them. Cause them now get load up. They continue. So I'm glad to squad come forward. This is a great day. A great day. I'm telling you, say a police officer at JCF who point out people that look at YouTubers say informer. Or police not like informer. Or JDF not like informer. I'll tell you why. Because them type of people are criminally minded too. What criminals want to be able to commit them crimes in peace. That they want to know. So now you know why no police not like look YouTubers say informer. No police not like certain vloggers cause them say informer. Them have vendettas against informer. How can you have a vendetta against an informer? How can you have a vendetta against somebody who do what they tell people to do, which is report the crime? That them tell you, if you see something, say something. That them tell you. Every time you do it, the same police tell us you're informer. The most them do is say, go and run a professional, this and that, go tell, go write report, and the man run their friend with the somebody we write the report about. Enough people just work with certain madness in them workplace because them come to the conclusion it's easier than going through the war, because here's the next spooky thing. Just like Runkus them found out back in the day, even though everybody agree with what you say, you're there on your own. But let's not listen to me. Just like Runkus them find out, everybody there on plantation about they can't take beating and they can't take no more of the beating and all the sun and burn them up and all kind of stuff. Everybody are complaining about the same thing. But when Runkus run out and look side of him, nobody know the side of him. They must say Runkus a idiot, man, cause but the body knows so I get sugar cane at evening time. Enough police officers know say this man a talk about a real thing. Enough of them go through it too. But they not run out with him. Them will tell us, say, yeah man, how them deal with the man. A wickedness that star, John one wickedness that star. So it's how much I want to stand upside of him? None. None, you mad? Bad to bad, we can go to a police officer's club and laugh and beat some damn. I want him to hear that. Man, no one upset the soup, no one upset the inspector. So now man start feel that they're alone. They tell you to do the right thing, but in Ironman, the right thing often get the wrong results. There's a saying, I think it was Snowden who said, when you start get hit and attacked for calling out crimes, that means you're being run by criminals. That's what Ironman say. There's a reason why people like me have to live in a bush. I have to live like nomad. Can't be all up in the mainstream. Because an Ironman calling out the crimes is a bad thing, so that means you're being run by criminals. They tell you to do the right thing and look on the end result. Who them celebrate? Who are top? Dodos top Sikhs. But then say about C4 and the bank and my informer them for dead. Armanians don't believe in a quote unquote right thing. The squaddy was doing the right thing. So now other man are gonna tell us, you see, that's why me have to just do what I'm doing now, because see, look what I'm doing him. Him go the boy man do right thing and look what I'm doing. That's why me have to just stay over here and go and chat the line to the because me have to just go and thief too. Cause see, cause look, you can go with the boy and go and some goody tools too and you see what I'm doing and fling him right. Right now, not even one rat chick him off on him. Not even one rat chick. Then this man said him going down and full cup somewhere. Right now, last time check on one hog penny me now. So that film to me, no dog. Me have my baby mother and my wife and my 5 pitting them a road to look after. So me have just go on easy. So me I say dog. That the money I tell you. Spooky. But it's not a bad thing to come out. You need to come out more often. I hope this encourage more people. Not just in JCF, but Ironman as a whole. To start just hold on them head and suffer in silence, because that benefit the aggressor. It benefit the bully. When time they do these things to people, and then they get loaded up, it empower them. They have to get loaded up. But when they keep talking about clean up JSAF, and then when time, at time we clean up and I talk about, boy, it don't look good. It does look good. If you are clean your house, you should be glad to you find one corner where dirt is stuck up on the fellas thing. If you say you give your house a good cleaning, and one part that they full of dirt you never see, when you buck up on it, you should be glad. Because now you can get rid of it. And keep a close eye on this case. But when you swamp the people who do the right thing, Iron Man, and step out, they often find themselves feeling real lonely. Because every Jamaican loves sitting on ball and complain. Just like in Runkus them days, everybody was bawling on the plantation about how much this would. But when Runkus could step out, Runkus was alone. See man couple man. Seeing people will complain, say, boy, bad to bad, can them some sugar cane. Remember, we have videos coming up. We have the custom video coming up. We have the SD video coming up. SD funeral gone. What people message me. I said, boy, look YouTuber, Perry's funeral home, bingo. In bingo card that the money that they spend on the casket for executing bingo. Until they say in the Iron Man culture, even dead sexy, come like you them can't wait for dead. Get them one about the casket. That they sit with them bury Ezzy and can't even be described as a casket. That come like when they used to bury the Egyptian fear with them, you know. These Irish Saxons are used to the point to them start build pyramids. Like the ancient Egyptians. Suffering, starving, get a youth who can't find little food to eat. But him the dearest lawyer, the dearest gun, and when him dead, him going to the dearest casket. It has to be studied. Patreon Squad, big up on yourself. PIA, you don't know, more life. Vulture Squad, stay circling. Bless.